Hi guys, and welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I will be talking about another solo gold farm that you can do right now and that can reward you with a lot of gold. Especially, I would recommend you to do that ahead of patch 10.1.5 because the items we're after are going to be very useful in this new patch. Right now, probably if you're trying to sell some of these items, it's not going to be as profitable, but what I would recommend you is simply to get a lot of them, and then just before the patch, when the value of these different items is going to increase a lot, that's when you want to sell all of them and make a lot of gold. And of course, after the patch will be released. So the items we're after in today's video are the righteous orb and also the essence of undeath. Both of them are going to be very useful in order to craft some new items that will be added back into the game in patch 10.1.5 and that you will be able to craft with many different professions. With the orb, as you can see, you will be able to craft a few things, especially the strength of Manetil and also all these different items right here. Each time you will need 10 of them. Basically, it's believed that these will allow you to craft some tier 3 sets. So definitely, if that's the case, it means that you will be able to basically make a lot of gold simply because people are going to try to get a lot of these tier 3 sets. And as you can see, in total, they will need 80 of these different orbs in order to craft a full set. So you will definitely need a lot of these different orbs. And then for the essence of undeath, this is probably the one that will be the most in demand in patch 10.1.5. As you can see, all the different items that have this right here will need some of them, with some of them having even 100 of the essence of undeath as a requirement. So these are going to be in very high demand, and trust me, before the launch of the patch and after, the value is going to increase a lot. One thing that is interesting to note is the fact that for the righteous orb, there are only a few mobs that can actually drop this orb, and they are all in the dungeon Stratholme. So it means that if you want to get some of them, you will have to go in Stratholme. For the essence of undeath, you have like a couple of areas where you can farm them, but you can also get some in Stratholme, which makes this dungeon really useful if you want to try and farm all these different materials. So as you can imagine, today's farm is going to take place in Stratholme, and basically all you want to do is enter the dungeon, and then you want to run, kill all the mobs that are around here, and then you directly want to go to this area right here. After these gates, basically all the mobs that are here will have a chance at dropping the righteous orb. So we just go inside, kill all the mobs, go down here, kill the boss and all the mobs, and then you want to go until the end. And it's important to note that this last boss will have a guaranteed chance at dropping one of the righteous orbs. So really again, just enter, kill all the mobs you can here, because these mobs before will have a chance at dropping the essence of undeath, and then all the mobs after will have a chance at dropping the righteous orb. So this is again a farm that you can do very easily, especially if you have a speed set. Normally that's something you will be able to do in maybe 2 or 3 minutes maximum. What I would recommend you again is to use food buff, for instance, in order to get some speed buff. For instance, you have the bear tartar. That's definitely something that's going to be useful. Same also, in order to avoid having to walk back to the entrance, what I would recommend you to do is to simply create a group in the custom search. And then as soon as you arrive down in the caves and kill Willy Oakbreaker, or just a little bit before, what I would recommend you to do is to simply leave the group, and like that you will be teleported outside of the dungeon after 1 minute. Like that it will be very easy, and normally you should not have to wait too long before then being able to reset the dungeon and go back in. So in a little bit less than 20 minutes, as you can see, I was able to get 20 of these righteous orbs and 7 of the essence of undeath, but keep in mind that I don't have a speed set. And also I did a couple of mistakes, so I lost a little bit of time. So you can definitely probably get at least 20 of these, maybe in 10 minutes or 15 if you have a good set. And right now, again, I would maybe not recommend you to try and sell these different items right now, because unfortunately the value is not really high. As you can see, for instance, for the righteous orb, it's only 330 on the European auction house. And for the essence of undeath, it's only 159. But again, keep in mind, as I explained, I think these different items are going to increase a lot in terms of value as soon as we will know when the next patch will be launched and as soon as we're going to get closer to this patch. So what I would recommend you to do is to simply farm some of these items, keep them in your bank, or just wait for the value to increase, and then that's when you really want to start selling it. Right now, again, I really don't think this is good to sell anything at the moment with this different price, but trust me, in patch 10.1.5, you will probably be able to make a lot of gold with all these different items, and also with this farm that will still be relevant when this new patch will be launched. Also, if you are playing on an enchanter, you will be able to disenchant some of the loot that you will get from the different bosses and everything, and then you will be able to get some of these large brilliant shards that are really interesting because again, they will be also needed for a lot of the different crafts in patch 10.1.5, and so the value might also increase a little bit, but still, it's not going to make you rich just with that. Finally, when it comes to all the other items you can get from all the different mobs and the bosses, basically you will have a few BOEs, but none of them are really interesting. So this is definitely not the best dungeon for that, unfortunately. You will have some of these reinforced steel logboxes and steel logboxes that can be interesting. So these I would definitely recommend you to keep them, and then either on one of your rogues you can open them, or you can buy some of the locks picking items from the auction house, because again, inside you will have a chance of getting some interesting items. And then you also have a few of these different plants and recipes that can be interesting on some realms. But again, this is not really what we're after in today's video. So that's pretty much it for today's video. Again, this is not, I would say right now, the gold farm of the year, but I really think that in 1 month from now, when we will know more about patch 10.1.5, it's definitely going to be a really good farm to do. And already right now you can just gather all these items and then wait for them to have an increase in value and start selling them. So definitely something I would still recommend you to do if you are planning to either craft some of these new items and you will need to use a lot of these materials, or if you want to make some gold selling these materials when the new patch will be released. I will be back very soon with more guides and more videos, and in the meantime, I wish you all a great day. Bye!